In a small town in Alabama, there lived a young boy named Michael Johnson. He was 13 years old and came from a poor family. His father worked long hours at a factory, while his mother took care of Michael and his two younger sisters. Despite their financial struggles, Michael's parents always taught him the importance of hard work and education. Michael was a bright student who loved to read. His favorite books were about adventure and heroes. He often dreamed of a life beyond the boundaries of his small town. He wanted to travel, to see the world, and to make something of himself. One day, while walking home from school, Michael stumbled upon an old, dusty library that he had never seen before. The building looked ancient, with tall windows and a heavy wooden door. Curious, he pushed the door open and stepped inside. The smell of old paper filled the air, and the sight of countless books lined up on the shelves made his heart race with excitement. As he explored the library, Michael found a section dedicated to travel and adventure. He spent hours lost in stories of faraway places, mountains, and oceans. He realized that reading could transport him to places he had only dreamed of. While Michael was engrossed in a book, an elderly man approached him. His name was Mr. Thompson, the librarian. He had a kind smile and a twinkle in his eye. "You seem to love reading, young man," he said. "Books can take you anywhere you want to go." Michael nodded eagerly. "I want to travel the world someday," he replied. Mr. Thompson smiled wider. "Then you must read everything you can. Knowledge is the key to unlocking your dreams." From that day on, Michael visited the library every day after school. He borrowed books on history, science, and geography. He learned about famous explorers, scientists, and writers. With each book he read, his dreams grew bigger. However, life at home was challenging. Michael's family struggled to make ends meet. They lived in a small, run-down house that often lacked basic necessities. Michael felt guilty for wanting more when his family was so focused on survival. But he remembered Mr. Thompson's words, "Knowledge is power." One evening, as Michael was studying in his room, his mother knocked on the door. "Michael, can you help me with dinner?" she asked. He put down his book and headed to the kitchen. His mother was cooking a simple meal, but her face showed signs of exhaustion. "Are you okay, Mom?" Michael asked, concerned. "I'm just tired, sweetie," she replied with a weak smile. "But we'll manage like always." Michael nodded, but he felt a heaviness in his heart. He wished he could do more for his family. That night, he made a promise to himself. He would work hard in school and find a way to change their lives. The following week, Michael's school announced a scholarship program for students who excelled academically. The scholarship would cover tuition for a prestigious boarding school. This was Michael's chance. He spent every free moment studying, determined to earn that scholarship. As the deadline approached, Michael's hard work paid off. He was chosen as one of the top candidates for the scholarship. The day of the interview arrived, and Michael was nervous but excited. He dressed in his best clothes, a hand-me-down suit from his older cousin. When he arrived at the school, he was amazed by its beauty. The sprawling campus had tall trees, bright flowers, and impressive buildings. He couldn't believe he was there. During the interview, Michael spoke passionately about his love for learning and his dreams for the future. He talked about how he wanted to make a difference in the world and help his family. The interviewers listened intently, and he felt a spark of hope igniting inside him. After a long week of waiting, the results were finally announced. Michael's heart raced as he opened the letter. He couldn't believe his eyes. He had been awarded the scholarship. He was filled with joy and gratitude. When he shared the news with his family, tears of happiness filled his mother's eyes. "You did it, Michael. You've worked so hard," she exclaimed. Michael felt proud and relieved. This was the first step toward a better future. As he prepared to leave for the boarding school, Michael's family supported him. They packed his belongings, and his father gave him a heartfelt hug. "Remember, son, no matter where you go, always stay true to yourself and never forget where you came from," he advised. Michael promised to make them proud. The journey to the boarding school was a mix of excitement and nervousness. He knew this was a new beginning, a chance to chase his dreams. At the boarding school, Michael faced new challenges. The classes were tougher, and the other students came from different backgrounds. At first, he felt out of place, but he quickly realized that he could learn from everyone around him. He made friends with other students who shared his passion for